Hello, welcome to Systems of Equations Applications Part 2, Slope-Intercept Form. This means that we're going to be setting up equations in the form y equals mx plus b. We're going to have a rate, we're going to have a constant value, and then we're going to be looking for the total. Juan will rent a car for the weekend. He can choose one of two plans. The first plan has an initial fee of $60 and costs 50 cents per mile driven. The second plan has no initial cost but costs 70 cents per mile driven. They're going to ask two questions. For what amount of driving do the plans cost the same, and what is the cost when they do cost the same value? So how far do they have to drive, and then what's that cost? So let's set up our equations first. The first plan we'll label as 1 needs to be set up as y equals mx plus b. So it's going to be y equals, our rate is 50 cents per mile driven, so 0.50. And we can use m for miles. Let's just use x for miles. Plus $60. The second equation, plan 2, is just going to be y equals 70 cents times x miles. Since I have two equations solved for y, and it says how many miles will they be the same, I want to solve for x. So I want to substitute the equations for each other. So I'm going to take this equation and substitute it up. So I'll have 0.70x equals 0.50x plus 60. I'm going to subtract 0.50 from both sides, 0.50x. And I'll get 60 equals 0.20x. Now I'm going to divide by 0.20. And x, 60, is divided by 0.20. Will be 300 miles. So they will have to drive 300 miles for the plans that cost the same. Now when they say what is the cost when the two plans cost the same, well that means that we put the value of x into the equation. So I'll say y equals 0.50. I'll just put it in the top equation, 0.50 times 300 plus 60. So do 0.50 times 300 plus 60, and that price is going to be $210. Let's look at a couple more examples. In the top example, it says the two pools are being filled with water. To start, the first pool contains 765 milliliters, and the second pool is empty. Water is being added to the first pool at a rate of 19.25 liters per minute. Water is being added to the second pool at 40.5 liters per minute. After how many minutes, so let's make minutes x, how many minutes will the two pools have the same amount of water? So I'll have to label them. Pool 1 is, so we'll say y equals, it's 19.5 liters per minute, so 19.25 x plus 765. And then pool 2 is just y equals 40.5 x, and then there's no water in the pool yet, so it's just plus 0, so we're not even going to put anything there. And now I want to set them equal to each other, or I want to substitute 40.5 into the original equation. So we'll have 40.5x equals 19.25x plus 765. So I'm going to subtract 19.25x equals, and so 40.5 minus 19.25 gives me 21.25x. This is 765. So I'm going to divide both sides by 21.25. So now I have 765 divided by 21.25. And that equals 36 minutes. So after 36 minutes, there'll be the same amount of water. How many liters? Well, let's put 36 into the equation. So I'll say y equals 40.5 times 36. And there will be 1,458 liters. Let's take apart at the second equation. The Sugar Sweet Company will choose two companies to transport sugar to market. The first company charges $5,995 and an additional $200.50 on each ton of sugar, so that's my rate. The second company charges $7,500 but only charges $125.25 for each ton of sugar, so that will be the second rate. For what amount of sugar will the companies be the same? Okay, so each ton, so tons is in X. So let's set up our equation. The first one is Y equals my rate, which was 200.50, X plus 5,995 because it's my starting value. That's not the one that's changing. The rate for each ton is my rate. And that's 0.50x. There we go. And then my second equation is y equals 125.25 x plus 7,500. So now I'm going to substitute one of the equations for each other. So I'll just circle this one and plug it in. So I'll have 125.25 x. Let's give ourselves some more room here. Plus 7,500 equals 200.50x plus 5,995. Now I can start solving. I want to cancel the 5,995 here. So 7,500 minus 5,995 gives me 1,505, so I'll have 125.25x plus 1,505 equals 2,000 or 200.50x. And now I want to cancel my x value, so I'm going to minus 125.25 x so I'll get 1,505 equals 200 minus 125.25, 200.50 minus 125.25, and that gives me 75.25 x. Now I can divide both sides. X equals 1,505 divided by 75.25, and that is 20 tons. So at 20 tons, they're the same. So then I just plug 20 in to y equals mx plus b, so y equals, and you can pick any of them. I'm going to pick the top one, 200.50 times 20 plus 59.95. 200.5 times 20 plus 59.95, and that is $10,005. So for this one, just make sure you set up slope-intercept form by using the rate and the starting value. Substitute and solve. Good luck.